What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Monday, fun day. Are people still getting their Sunday scaries ready for Monday? People still do that? Everyone dreads Monday. Funny enough, I put on threads earlier that I used to be like, never miss a Monday. And now I'm like, just never miss. Just never fucking miss. Keep going. Go for it. So I've got a bit of an update. I thought I would do these every Monday. I was debating whether Sunday, maybe we'll do it on Sundays. I don't know yet. Depends on how many people want to see them and how many people want to watch them back also. Because I know, people in work, people got jobs, not like me. Problems all right. I've been busy. I've been working this morning. So I thought I'd give an update on my weight loss this week, how everything's gone, how I've been feeling generally, and what the scale has said. So last week, I'm going to remind everybody that I take daily weights, like everybody should, and then we add it all up the daily weights and divide them by the number of daily weights you had. E.g., you weighed 7 times, you add up all 7 and divide by 7, right? You weigh 3 times, you add all 3 up, you divide by 3. So you don't add 3 up and divide by 7. Okay, you divide by the number you've got to find the average. And then you look at last week's 7-day average and this week's 7-day average, and then you take one from the other. So that's what you got to do. I don't know. Am I in the busy women's group also? Yeah. Why not? Why not? So that's how you take an average. So I'm going to tell you guys that last week's average is like 150.8, I think it was. And then this week's average is 149.8. So on average, I've lost 1 pound. And people will be like, thing is, people are always disappointed. Even I was disappointed. I was like, oh, this is so slow. But a lot of people would give up. They'd be like, oh, I've only lost a pound, where a pound is pretty good. So what you should be aiming for on average, guys, because everyone's like, 2 pounds lost. It's like, no, that is not what you should be aiming for. You should be aiming for approximately, okay? I'm going to give you an approximate range. You work it out for you. You should be aiming for 0.5% to 1% of your body weight as an average per week. So what does that mean? If you are 150 pounds, say you're the same weight as me, 150 pounds, then you should be losing 0.5%. So let's do 1% first. 1% would be 1.5 pounds as an average, and 0.5% would be half of that, which would be 0.75, right? So 0.75 pounds to 1.5 pounds is what I should be aiming for. If you're less than that, you should be aiming for less. If you're more than that, the potential is you could be losing more. It's not to say you have to, okay? It depends on so many different things. But as a rough gauge, that is way more sensible than aiming for £2 loss a week. If we looked at my highs to low, I think maybe one day I was like 151, and today I'm 149. So today's my lowest. That would mean that I lost 2 pounds. But that's not true, because I didn't. I lost an average of 1. So it's really important to understand the difference between average weights and daily weights, and how to use them, how to utilize them. So, like I said, even though I got on today, I was like, oh, I've only lost like a pound on average. It can feel like it's never getting there. It's getting really frustrating. But giving up is not going to get you there any quicker, guys. How many times have you gone, oh, fuck, it's not working, I'll just give up? It is way more beneficial, depending on how long you've been doing it. Like if you're not making any progress, then probably time to change it up. But if you're losing like a pound, half a pound a week, you're doing a good job as an average. Pound, half pound to pound average. You're doing a really good job, so you need to stick with it. So what did I do last week differently to the week before? So the week before I lost 1.8 pounds as an average, and this week I dropped 1 pound as an average. So even though mine was just a pound, I'm quite happy with that. Considering I haven't been aiming for any calories. I haven't been aiming for any particular macros. I know, obviously, I'm going for a high protein diet, obviously, because that's the way to go. So last week or the week before, I was aiming for just more protein. That was it. Nothing else. No steps, not necessarily any exercise, more protein. That's all I wanted. And so based on that alone, no calorie counting, I dropped 0.8 pounds. And so last week just gone, I was also doing 10 minutes me time. So working on my stress levels. My cortisol is high or very low, depending on if I'm at burnout yet, which I may be close to. But they're the two things I worked on: more protein and 10 minutes of no technology, just me sitting outside in the sunlight a day. Or even just indoors drawing or wherever else, doing something for 10 minutes for me, by myself. If you're here, guys, I would love to see some names so I can see who I'm talking to. That'd be great. If you're on Instagram, which I can see, I can't necessarily see a name, but hello. But you guys, if I go in here and I catch anyone that I know, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna publicly out you on my next live. So you better say hi. So yeah, that's what I did. And so this week, the difference that I made, I told myself last Monday I was going to, you can go back to watch it, it's on my Facebook. I was going to thanks, Cam, just bring me a cup of tea. Just put yes. Thank you. Say hi, Cam. Hi, Cam. This week I was going to carry on doing 10 minutes me time a day. I was going to carry on hitting more protein, and I was also going to track my food 5 times. I told myself I would do 5 times. And so that's what I did. I actually tracked 6 times, I think, or maybe 5.5, something like that. Maybe I didn't complete yesterday tracking, but I did do at least 5 days. And so even though, again, I tracked, I didn't plan what I was going to eat. I just ate and tracked it, which is different. It's totally wrong from what I tell clients to do, but it's good for me right now, especially because I've been doing this for so long. I kind of know what I should be eating more of, I should be eating less of. So last week was the challenge also, so it was pretty stressful, pretty hectic. I also had that really bad day. Remember that? Oh, that was not a fun day when I had migraine. I just felt like really flat. I couldn't go to the gym. I was, napping. That was not a fun day for me. So I had that really bad day. And funnily enough, I think it was like Mental Health Awareness Week last week, and I feel like it could not have been any better timing for me because I was struggling. But I survived. I did what I needed to. So when I had that migraine, it was Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday. I didn't go to the gym. I worked in the morning, even though it's supposed to be a day off. I worked, and then I kind of just lolled around most of the day. I went out for a walk. I didn't go to the gym, and just looked after myself. And then Friday, I felt a bit better until the afternoon. I started getting migraine again. And then Saturday, we worked in the morning again, and then we did nothing in the afternoon. We went for a walk. We did 10K steps. But after that, we just did nothing. We put our phones away. We didn't go on our phones, and we just spent time together, me and Cam. And that, when I woke up on Sunday, I felt so much better, so much more energized. So me taking time away from my phone, and it was really hard as well, guys, because I know I've got a shit ton of messages, and I am getting back to people now that, that was a fun last week as well, wasn't it? Meta wasn't letting me do anything. That was the added fun and stress last week. I couldn't message anyone. I couldn't comment on anything. I couldn't go live. I couldn't post. So that's, I think, all sorted now, although it did start again last night. And hopefully today it's going to be a bit better. So I know I need to get back to people. I am getting back. And emails, I know I need to get back to some emails as well. Today we've had over 50 emails come through. So I need to get back to you all, and I will do it, I promise. Today I've got a couple of things I need to work on. We've got the cortisol guide coming out this week, so I need to make sure the team are on board with that, to make sure the graphic designs department is all on track for that to come out. If you haven't signed up for that, the cortisol guide, which is basically what I'm living right now, then you need to message me saying the word cortisol, and I will send that over to you. The link for the sign up. When it comes out, you'll get it first. So I know I need to get back to people on that. So I've got that coming out. I've got a call later I've got a couple of calls later with people who want to join that had done the challenge with us. So I've got a couple of those calls, and I also need to go to the gym, which I'm going to straight after this live. And then what else have I got today? Something else I've forgotten. So I've got a calendar this way. Everything goes in the calendar. So I am getting back to people. Apologies. But this is it, guys. Like, people always say, I'll wait till I've got a less hectic week. I'm like, in when? I can't remember the last time I did not have a hectic week. And you'll see this every Sunday, every Monday when I'm like, today I've got this, and this. Right? And also this week we move. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So on Thursday we fly from Croatia to the UK in the morning, and then about 3 hours later, we go from the UK to Albania. So we actually move countries on Thursday as well, which means I've got packed. I've got to make sure the apartment's in a good spot and all this kind of stuff. It's not just life. We've got all this other stuff to be getting on with, but I'm not going to let it derail me. I'm going to make a plan. So I'll probably maybe eat a little bit less and move a little bit more earlier on in the week, so that on Thursday I've got that flexibility, because it's going to be difficult to take food through customs and all that, like protein shakes and whatever. So I'll just try and fill up on protein in the morning, have a snack when we get to the airport in London, and then I'll probably go for pizza when I land in Albania. That's the plan. That is the plan. Which means that my weight is going to go up on Friday, partly because of the pizza, but partly because of the flights and the water retention. And I'm expecting it. So that is cool. I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's the plan this week, is to basically stay alive, not to drown, and to really continue with the me time, because that's doing me a world of good. Maybe keep like half a day or maybe 2 half a days, or at least 1 half a day of like no electronics. And it was so tempting. I know I started this story just now and got diverted, but when you've got so many people that need you, whether it's the team, whether it's potential clients, whether it's current clients, and you have promised yourself a mental health break, and you're like, I'm going to take some time off electronics, and you know that they're probably messages coming in, and you just want to look at your phone. Yeah, I can't. It takes so much discipline. It's like when people want to train, but they're injured or ill, and they're supposed to take time off to recover, and they're like, oh, I'll just do a quick one. The discipline that it takes not to do something is often far more than it is to actually do something. Like yesterday, went to the gym. I thought I had 90 minutes. I was going to do like a full workout and then some cardio. And when I got there, she was like, it closed in half hour. I was like, oh shit, closed at 1 o'clock, not 2 o'clock. So I basically had half hour to get all my workout in. So I did it, thankfully. I didn't put it wasn't max effort because I just didn't have the time. But I didn't get time to do my cardio. So I was like, you know what? It's now 1:30 by the time I got back and wherever. I should probably go for a run. I didn't want to go for a run yesterday, especially because it was so hot. But I did it, and it didn't take like a ton of motivation. It wasn't more discipline. It took more discipline for me not to be on my phone Saturday afternoon messaging people and get back to people than it did to go for a run. And you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of cardio, and I'm not the biggest fan of running. You guys know this. So I think definitely not doing things is way more difficult than doing things. Like taking that break is way more difficult than actually doing it. And yesterday, I actually even said to Cam, like, I would rather work than go for this run right now. But he forced me out, so I had to go. So super, super important. And I think quite often, I know I'm on LinkedIn here. I think people on LinkedIn will probably get this more than maybe some of the other platforms that I'm on here. But I think often we can use work as a distraction from what's going on inside. So if you're struggling with something inside, maybe you're battling with a question you don't know an answer to, which was my thing on Thursday. Maybe you don't really know what you want to get, where you want to be, what you want to achieve. Maybe your marriage is falling apart, or maybe your kid is going through something. So you use work as a diversion from the stress that's going on in other parts of your life. So you're like, well, I'll just work, because you think that's productive, when actually the more productive thing would be to sit in that discomfort and answer the question, or deal with the things, or face the things that you don't want to face, that you're actively trying to avoid. Hello. So that's what I think happens to a lot of us, especially if we're high achievers. I think we're like that, and business owners especially, or anyone in C-suite, any management. I think that is what we tend to do. Any type A's, perfectionists, people pleasers, that's what we tend to do. We tend to be productive instead of really getting to that core issue, which definitely is something I do. So I am off. I'm going to go. I'm going to get ready for the gym. Now I've done my face. I'm going to do that. So this week's plans, to reiterate, I'm going to track 5 days. I'm going to have the 10 minutes me time. I'm going to hit my 5 workouts this week, which will be a challenge, with one of those days being travel day, and then getting back into it, finding a gym and all that kind of stuff, food shopping. And I'm also going to make a conscious effort for water, I think, this week, because that's something that, because I've had a migraine, I think that might have come from that, or the stress, I don't know. But they're the 4 things I'm going to concentrate on this week. And what you'll find, or what I will find, what you'll find if you do the same as me, is that the 10 minutes me time should become more of a habit. So it's not something I really have to concentrate on. I'll just be like, oh, I need to go outside. The same with protein for me. I don't really aim for a protein target, because I know naturally I'll get it, because I'm used to eating those high protein foods. So things like protein, yes, I am aiming for it, or like going towards it, but I don't count it as like a habit, because I'm so used to it anyway. Okay, how do you keep your protein, carbs, etc. while cutting? So when I'm cutting for a shoot, I will just drop carbs. I'll drop starch carbs. So make sure I'm hitting my protein. I'll actually bump up my protein. So like for my last photo shoot, I was eating like 180 grams of protein, 180, and I was sitting at 130 pounds. That's my body weight. So most people say 130 is enough, but protein is highly satiating, so it's going to keep you fuller. And also it's got a high thermic effect of food, so it'll burn more calories as you eat it. You don't absorb all of the calories. So protein, nice and high. Fats, I also kept kind of high, so like 50 to 70 grams a day. And carbs, towards the end, I would just drop 100 grams or less, because you don't need carbs. And all of my carbs then primarily come from fruit and veg, mostly veg, to be honest. But instead of having like toast, normally I have eggs on toast in the morning, but instead of that, I would have like an egg white omelette, or an egg on, I normally have 3 eggs and 2 egg whites in an omelette in the morning. So that's hitting like a good amount of protein, a good amount of fat. And then I'd have like ham with it, or turkey ham, vegetables. That's the carbs in there. And then for lunch, I would have like tuna salad, or tuna and veg. And then for dinner, I would have chicken and veg, or chicken salad. Do I eat a lot of meat? Yes. So in fact, in those evenings, so I have that like egg white omelette for breakfast. In the night, some days, if I needed like a lot of fat, I would make an egg white omelette, and then I would have steak inside of it with cheese. So it was like literally, and then I'd wrap it up. So I'd have like steak and cheese in an egg white tortilla. It's not a tortilla, it's just an egg white. So yeah, a lot of meat, a lot of tuna. Protein shake as well, bung that on. Protein oats I tend to have, even though they are carbs. That was mostly where I got my carbs from, aside from vegetables. That was my kind of starch carb. Hey Scott, how's it going? But that's how I would work it. And it also depends on how long your cut is going for, how much you need to lose, what your training's like. So I was cutting for a photo shoot. So I had like a definite, like, I can't get out of this. So I was doing like an hour fasted cardio in the morning, then I would train in the afternoon, and then I would do half-hour cardio after my training also. So it's pretty intense, and I wouldn't recommend generally that people do it. If they're doing a shoot or getting on stage or something, that is different. It's temporary, and with the guidance of a coach, then you're going to do less damage than you probably would by yourself. And then obviously the most important thing is having that exit strategy, making sure that you have got the support to come out of it in a healthy way, rather than just binge all that food back that you missed, basically. Like pizza. Scott, I was just saying before you got here that on Saturday afternoon we had like a digital electronic free afternoon, and I was saying it is so hard when you know you've got like clients or people that need you. You just want to pick up your phone and check it. And I was saying, I wonder if it is, I think it might be, a distraction from a question you've got in your mind or something in life that is going on. And you just want to work to kind of distract yourself from that problem. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. Horses for courses, but in your experience. Although Scott's on Facebook, I said it would more probably apply to people on LinkedIn, but I don't know. Maybe some people on Facebook as well. I know clients, of course, they're on Facebook also. Right, Instagram, I'm off because I've got my laptop in, it's about to die, so I'm leaving Instagram. I'm going to stay on the other two. There you go. Right, guys, I am off. I'm going. I got to go to the gym. I was supposed to be there 15 minutes ago. I did not realize the time. So I've enjoyed chatting with you. If you need anything, let us know. Otherwise, have a good week. Set yourself up with some solid goals. And also, I put out a post this morning, I put out an email this morning with a 7-day meal plan. So if anyone wants that, just message me saying like meal plan or something like that, and I'll get that over to you. But it is going wild. I've got tons of emails and messages that I need to get back to on that. So I'm going to simplify it and put it on like an email link or something that you can subscribe to, and it'll send it over straight away. I'll do that, I think, for you guys. There you go. Have a good one. I'll speak to you soon. Smash the week.